say bad things come in threes. But it's the third time's charm for you and me. Well, they say we gotta get control of this anxiety before we go down.
There's a misconception that if you're not doing crack or heroin or oxys that you can't have a drug addiction. Not true. At least not for me. I mean, yeah, I was doing other things as well. Xannies and Adderall and, of course, drinking too much. I guess the hardest thing I ever did was cocaine. It was good. Like, too good. For me, it was weed. At first, it was social, like all the others, but then I started doing it on my own. A lot. Whippets, secret agents, where you pack the weed into cigarettes so that it's easier to carry. Bongs, of course. It got worse after the stuff with Steve. And when I did go to school, I was high as shit. It was great, and I loved it. But in the back of my mind, I knew something was going to happen. Something was going to break. I knew I was doing something bad to my body, but I didn't know what. Between school and Steve and my friends and my mom finding out about my little habit, I mean, it was bad enough before, but when she found out, she was like trying to take away my phone and grounding me and all that kind of bullshit. And I just told lie after lie. My senior year is when I clearly remember things getting worse. Maybe the best way to explain it is by telling you my top 3 worst anxiety attacks. Okay, number 3 on my list, my very first one. I was at a friend's house and we decided that we were gonna do this thing called knives. Basically, you take a ball of hash and you put it on a heated up knife, and then you take another heated up knife and you put it on top and you suck off the smoke. Retarded, I know. My friends went first, then me. I took a much bigger hit than anyone else, and at first it was fucking great. But something in my brain like turned or snapped. I felt very hot. And I went outside wearing only flip-flops and sweatpants and a hoodie, which was crazy because of how cold it was. I just walked around the house over and over and over. I thought I was gonna die, just like keel over right there. I couldn't smoke a cigarette. I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't focus on anything. My mind was racing. My thoughts were just running one after another. I tried to talk to myself to calm myself down, but it didn't work. It's horrible, and I didn't know what was happening. It lasted about 2 hours. When it was over, my brain was pounding, and I felt like I just ran a marathon. Number 2 on my list was when I went to the movies with some friends. We were walking out of the movie theater and I felt those same feelings. I got very hot. My mind was racing, thoughts of imminent death. My friends were talking to me, but I really don't know what they were saying. I tried to answer them, but I guess I was slurring because they were giggling and looking at me weird, and I didn't know what to do, so I just walked away from the group and walked around the block until it was over. There was nothing I could do to make it stop. My worst anxiety attack was when I went to visit Steve in the hospital after graduation. I went into the hospital and I was sober, which was rare. And I remember just seeing him through the glass. Just staring at him. I couldn't go in. I just stared for a really long time. When I was walking out of the hospital, I felt those same feelings, same symptoms, but I hadn't taken any drugs or anything. So it was even fucking worse. Stone sober, you fucking feel everything. I went home, I tried to lay down. I didn't sleep, I was wide awake. There was nothing I could think of to make it stop. I knew I needed a change. I knew I needed help. I knew I needed my mother to just relax for a fucking second. I wanted to just feel normal again.
To feel less fake. Well, I feel so unafraid. For us, for once, for all, I feel so unafraid.